And just like that, you are in the Fans View, KZI 88.7 FM. This is the sports program that you want to listen to no matter what else is happening around the world. You need a reprieve. You need a getaway. That's what sports is for all of us. Listen, you're going to have plenty of time to look at the doom and gloom that's going on in the world, in our country. But for these next 2 hours, we're going to talk to you about the fun stuff. There's still some fun in the world. Let's talk about it. We're also going to talk about a little drama in the world. Listen, when you are out in the wilderness, what do they always say? Don't end up between a mama bear, a papa bear, and their cubs. Well, LeBron James, at the end of his game last night, had a chance to roll up courtside and have a conversation with Stephen A. Smith. Now, that's not what you want, Stephen A. The most important thing is, I think we forget, we look at these guys on TV. Some of us have played sports. I've played a wide variety of sports. I've been around a lot of different athletes. I know about their size. But if you forget about their size, these are huge gentlemen in the NBA. It's a little intimidating. Now, they work out every single day. They're in the prime of their lives. So when you're standing near them, these are some of the biggest people in the world. Yeah. And that was evident. So the footage that was released of the confrontation last night showed Stephen A. Smith sitting courtside. And while he was sitting courtside, LeBron came over to him. Stephen A. stood up. You could see Stephen A. looking up to LeBron. Stephen A., by all accounts, is an average-sized gentleman. But he was dwarfed by LeBron's height and width. Don't forget, these are gentlemen that can hoist a basketball from half court with no momentum. That tells you the shoulder strength. And if you haven't been looking at how he's changed his frame over the years, LeBron got them boulders up there on them shoulders. Yeah. So we're going to talk about that. Don't come between a mama bear and a papa bear. So you can call in 512-836-2887. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. I'm happy to be with you today. Did some traveling. I was in the nation's capital. That was fun. But I'm back. I made it back, and I'm here with y'all. And I want to talk to you. 512-836-2887. Now, we are going to talk a lot of sports. But you can call in, and it doesn't have to be sports related. I'd love to hear your mama bear, papa bear story. I want to know. Because we need to empathize with Stephen A. And we need to understand LeBron. Keep my son's name out of your mouth, bro. That's what it seems like he said to Stephen A. Smith. He's just letting you know. So Stephen A. had to address it today. He said he was not going to address it, but he had to. But I want to know, those of you who are out there, what was your mama bear, papa bear moment? Maybe there was a bully and you had to go up to the school and that bully's parents was at the school. And all I want to know, preferably in 3 minutes or less, it's hard to keep you on the line longer than that, which we try, but that's hard to do. I'd love to hear the story. And I promise I'll do a little laughing. I'll try not to cut across you. But if you say something that I gotta register an inquiry, well then yeah, I'm gonna insert myself there and ask you a little bit of that. Okay. There is a question I have of all of you. If there was a foot race with soccer phenom from Brazil, Pele, there was another gentleman named Borg. Sorry, he's a tennis player from the 80s. Sugar Ray Leonard. And then I'm going to just drop one more name. If I told you that the other person was the greatest of all time, the GOAT that they give him in hockey, Wayne Gretzky. If the four of them got into a foot race, I just want to know who you think's going to win. Let me give those people again. That's soccer phenom, Pele. Bjorn Berg. He is a maestro. He was a maestro on the tennis courts. Sugar Ray Leonard and Wayne Gretzky. So if that race happened, who do you think is winning that? Let's just say it's about it's a little less. Let's say it's a 100-yard dash. I gotta know. And don't look it up. Just want to know who you think would win that race. It actually happened, but I want to know. I want to know who you think won. So, Corey Mose from KView. I need to ask you a serious question here, sir.
Well, I heard you talking about LeBron.
Yeah. We want to know. Did Papa Mose? Hopefully he's listening. I think he's always kind of listening to you, right? Doesn't he try to? If the schedule allows, he tries to listen. Mm-hmm. Okay. Was there ever a Papa Bear moment where Papa Mose? Now we talk. No disrespect to Mama Mose. We love her. I ain't even met her, but she made a fine son. But I just want to know, because we talk about Papa Mose. Did Papa Mose ever have to have a Papa Bear moment?
Yeah, a little bit in college.
Ooh,
I was online.
Hey.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, that's a whole nother conversation.
Yes, listen, Pete. Hazing is not the way. We are in a different time. There were things that was done back in the day. Well, we not in that day. But today, those things not allowed. Got to be smart.
No, but you can't put yourself in that situation though. If you're Stephen A.
Yeah,
that's the thing. That's sooner or later this stuff will catch up to you.
Yes.
You just can't be talking and saying whatever you want on the television. You gotta know there's actually humans involved and not just stats.
So, Mr. Mose, have you ever made a statement about an athlete and maybe it got back to him, rubbed him the wrong way? Especially, let's say they had a bad night. They went 1 for 14. You said, no, that's not going to do it. But then you had to run into him again. Okay, I'm just kind of curious if that has ever happened to you.
No, I mean, because you got to be like, I don't know. I like to call myself like there's players, coaches. I'm like
yes, sir.
Player analyst.
Yeah.
Because I know how much time and effort and time away from family, time away from friends, like for these college athletes.
Yes, sir.
That they spend. And so, they're not going out there throwing the game.
Not intentionally.
Exactly. Like they want to win. They want to put on their best performance. And so they have a bad game. It's not on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
And so I try to always take it that route. Now, of course, I will maybe mention, hey, like, look at the tape.
Yes.
You fell short on this play. I'll bring up a play. But when it comes to just like, yeah, he's not good. Like, no, he's good. He just had an off night. So that's why I kind of cringe sometimes when I watch shows like First Take or any type of debate shows, because it's like you have no idea, one, what's going on in their lives.
Yes, sir.
And two, you don't know them as people. So I'm not going to speak on nobody that I don't know. That's just one of my rules that hopefully I can continue to have as I go throughout the career. Just because you don't want moments like this to happen. Like
yes, sir.
Stephen A. So, there's no business for him to be talking about Bronny. I don't even know what the comments were, but even without that, like, if you haven't been watching Bronny, he's low-key been hooping in the G League.
Been doing it.
Yeah, like.
He's one of those dudes that you say, all right, yo, he got to go to the league.
Yeah, well, not right now.
When you get 30, 40? Okay, case in point. Remember, and I'm ruining his name because I don't see it in front of me, but there was a gentleman here. Remember we had the coach from the Austin Spurs here?
Yeah.
And he had a European, let's call him Douglas Shavili. I'm sorry that I forgot his real name. And he just had 30 points, 10 rebounds, maybe 5 assists, and maybe dropped like 4 or 5, maybe even 6 threes. And that was maybe 2 days before Coach came in. Could have been the day before. And I asked Coach on the air, I don't know if you remember this now, and I was like, hey, Coach, what do you do with a guy like that? Like, how does that work out? And he said, hey, he's a good player. He works really hard. And I remember, Mr. Mose, 2 days later, I'm looking at the box score for the Spurs. For those who don't know, we're broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. I'm looking at the Spurs box score. He's on the bench. They called him up, and they needed him. And he's still been there. He's there now. And he comes in and mop up duty every now and then. So it happens.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely does happen when the teams, like, I mean, the Spurs that year, they weren't good.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's kind of like, okay, we'll bring him up. But, like, a kid like Bronny, the Lakers are good. I mean, they don't really have a spot for him because they're that deep. So that's why I say, like, no, he doesn't need a call up right now. He just needs to stay in the G League.
Oh, agreed.
I mean, heck, I could argue for like Jabari Rice, former Longhorn. He deserves a call up more than Bronny does. He's been out there. He's on the same team. He's on South Bay Lakers, and he's balling out there.
Yes, he is.
And so the thing is, like, when you got a deep roster like the Lakers do, there's not like room for you. So you just continue to ball out in the G League, do your thing, get better, grow. And I think that's what LeBron wants. LeBron wants his son to just continue to grow in the G League, and whenever the time is right, the time is right. But I just think, going back to the conversation, like, you know, I like LeBron doing this because, you know, now Stephen A is making $100 million. So it's like, okay, bet, like, you making this bread, like, now you got to earn it. You know, you got to earn it by saying the right things, and you know, you can't just be saying nothing crazy. Now come hold you responsible.
It's a heat check.
Yeah.
For Stephen A from LeBron. Oh, one other little thing that I think is kind of related. You know, I do a little social media out there. I put some takes out, and I remember I mentioned something. I put Caitlin Clark in there, but I purposefully mentioned a few people, Juju Watkins, Paige Buchers. But I just want to know why when I put Angel Reese in, I got all these comments about Angel Reese. One dude even said tub of lard. He said she was a tub of lard. And so I asked him, you know, sir, you got a social media footprint. You can't go at every one of the trolls. But I just wanted to ask him, so breaking the NBA record in double doubles, that does nothing for you? That's a tub of lard? Why do you think she gets so much where people want to say that? Because you said yourself, these people put in a lot of time, a lot of effort. She didn't get to the WNBA because she was Bayou Barbie. She made it because she's got talent, and then she broke that record, as I mentioned, because she has talent. Why do you think she's so polarizing?
I just think it's because it's the whole, like, her and Caitlyn thing. Caitlyn has such a loud audience and a loud fan base, so that definitely plays a factor. I think also if you watch the games, all the players you just mentioned, she is the least skillful out of all of them. So putting her in that category, like, I wouldn't put her in that category with Beckers and Juju, because, you know, Angel does one thing good, she rebounds. You know, like, she's the lead at it. But, you know, we're talking about all around great players, and Juju and Caitlyn and Beckers. And, you know, no disrespect to Angel, but, you know, there's been a lot of women on her podcast, like Candace Parker, saying, like, we need to get your layups together, you know, like.
Yes.
And so that's just the basic of the game, the layup. So I think that's what the pushback comes around, is when you try to put Angel in that category of the next greats. I mean, I'm trying to think of an NBA comp, you know, like an Andre Drummond, right? Like, he led the league in rebounds when he was on the Pistons back in the day, but he wasn't considered a top 5 best big. He was a good rebounder.
Let me ask you a question. If she finished her career with 7.3 points, 13.1 rebounds a game, now we get a little closer to that, to the points, and then 1.8 assists per game, what would you say about her career? Because there's a person who did that in the NBA, Hall of Famer, Dennis Rodman. So what if she is Dennis Rodman, and so she's a superstar in that right?
I mean, but Dennis Rodman, like, he did things that you never seen before, and also he led to championships. Like, she would have to win championships.
Okay.
And if she's not winning championships and she's just putting up decent numbers, like I said, like Andre Drummond, like you're putting up numbers, yeah, rebounding numbers, but are you contributing to winning? And that was the thing with the whole run last year with her record. It was clear that the team prioritized her record more than winning basketball games.
Okay.
And that's why I feel like a lot of pushback came, was because coaches leaving her in the game with 3 minutes left in the game. It's an 18-point game. Y'all are down by 20.
Yeah.
Why is Angel Reese in the game? Oh, because she needs 2 more rebounds to get another double-double. It was obvious. And so I think that's where people didn't really like the way they went about it, because they were in the playoff race at one point. But then you realize, oh, Angel's not contributing to winning. They're just getting this double-double record. And that's...
So, Rodman played for 5 NBA teams.
Yeah.
And I think on just about every team, you can name some all-time NFL Hall of Famers talent. Mm-hmm. So when you think of that, is that fair? Because she may not have that luxury in her time to be with all-time greats. I mean,
well, I'm about to say we'll see as her career plays out, but they definitely, heck, they made moves this offseason to get players. Of course, like Camila Cardoso was hurt majority of the year.
Yes.
And then you also got girls coming in like Courtney Vandersloot, who's going to be good for her when it comes to just veteran leadership. And so it's definitely going to be a new look roster. Ariel Atkins, she's coming in. She averaged 15 last year, and so they're trying to build around her. So I'm interested to see how it all goes. And like you're right, like you definitely need help.
Yeah.
I mean, especially in the WNBA, you got 3 superstars in each team that
Yeah.
like look at the New York Liberty or the Las Vegas Aces. And so she'll definitely need some more help. But like I said, it just comes down to, can she contribute to winning instead of just rebounding? Because we all know once Juju gets into the league, whoever she gets drafted by, they will now become a contender. You look at Paige Beckers, once she gets drafted by the Dallas Wings, they will now become a contender. Mind you, she also has Arike Ngumbawale. So it's kind of like these girls that you put in the same category, they are franchise changers. And I wouldn't say Angel Reese is, but she is a culture changer. And I think that's where some people don't like, because of the culture that she sets, allowing her to be herself.
So, Dallas fans, I know y'all are going through it right now. We're going to get a little more into the Mavericks. But, y'all about to get, with that number 1 pick, Paige Buckets. That's who you say they should go get. And a lot of people are agreeing with you. Jamal January.
What's up?
I need to know. Olivia Miles from Notre Dame. Mm-hmm. She's doing her thing, bro. She's knocking down 41.3% of her attempts. Yeah. And she's letting it fly twice as many as she did her sophomore years. Mm-hmm. That's not too bad. Notre Dame also has Sonia Citron, and she's kind of legit too. She's at 38.5%, 4.2 attempts per game. She's a 3-and-D prospect. And then lastly, from France, we got Dominique Malonga. She's 6'6", 19 years old, oozing with athletic potential. And she's not necessarily a project player like other people. Her skills, like, she's getting better day in and day out. Right now, she's currently doing 18.3 points, 10.8 rebounds, and 1 block per game over in a league in Euro Cup Women.
Euro Cup?
So I just wanted to throw a little bit more at you. Yeah. Do you agree with Mr. Mose over there that it's got to be Miss Buckets?
You got to go get the best player, who is considered the best player in that draft pool. So don't take no gambles. go ahead and get Paige Beckers.
Now, Kiki, she's a 6'3" wing player. She plays over there with Juju. Mm-hmm. She's coming out, but they got her falling further down, maybe like the 5th pick with Golden State. Mm-hmm. Okay.
The
Well,
Golden State Valkyries.
yes, sir.
The new team.
Hey, look at you. You know about that. Jamal, you don't play, man.
Mm-hmm.
So they haven't been able to get some of the top free agents. So they're going to have to build from this draft.
Mm-hmm.
But that's fine because your homies are across the aisle, the Warriors, that's how they built their dynasty.
Yeah.
So just go and get Bob Myers, fly back in from the nation's capital. I was just there, by the way. It's lovely. And maybe put him on the board and say, yo, Bob, build it.
Facts.
Bob the Builder.
Question. Does anyone know the age requirement for the WNBA draft?
I was getting ready to ask you about that because I was going to ask y'all if Juju could come out.
Yeah, that's why I was asking.
So you got to do 3.
Yeah.
3.
I want to say you may have to do 4.
Golly.
So hear me?
Oh, because they're trying to grow the
early.
women's game, you think?
I don't know why. To be honest, I have no idea why. I feel like we're past that point where Juju clearly can come out right now if she wanted to, or if she was allowed to.
Well,
I don't know why they haven't changed that rule, but also I think it's making the WNBA a better product because now you have girls coming in that's played college for 4 years. So, it's not like you got 18-year-olds. I think that's a problem with the NBA. You got a lot of young kids that aren't ready. So
still play that AAU ball style.
Yeah, and then, you have a lot of kids that just play one ball in college and 1 year in college, and they didn't really learn much. They were just the man on that roster, so they got to jack up a bunch of shots.
Jalil.
Whoa, not too much on Jalil, man. He had a crazy career, man.
He did. He had a great career, dude.
Wow, I had to look it up. ESPN, according to ESPN.com, there's a collective bargaining agreement between the WNBA and its players union. All NCAA players who graduate from a 4-year college within 3 months of the draft or are 4 years removed from high school graduation.
Oh, man.
Or turn at least 22 years old during the year in which the draft takes place. Now, it sounds like there's going to be some liberties for European players, which is why Malonga can come out of France. But that's not Juju.
The reason I was asking is because, for a team like the Valkyries, you said didn't really get no free agents, you can go ahead and just start tanking and go ahead. Well, they do have a WNBA lottery, right? Yeah. Well, that's the issue about tanking. But and then what you do is you wait and you can get Malaysia from the guard from South Carolina. One of my favorite players currently in women's college basketball. You go get a player like her and you keep tanking to go try and get Juju later down the line and stuff like that.
So you say Malaysia, I say Pow Pow.
Pow Pow too. Pow Pow can shoot.
I had Pow Pow listed a little higher than her. She's 22 years old.
Okay.
And so 38.6% on 3-point attempts, and of those were listed that second place.
So she can leave, right? Because she's 22?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Yes, sir. She could. Yeah. Oh, man. Okay. Gentlemen, we have a lot to get to. There's some combine stuff that we got to recap.
There is some combine stuff
we got to get deep in because Corey Mose from KVU is here, people. And Jamal and I, we about to line up. We about to line up.
About what?
And throw some darts.
I was right.
Well, we going to get into that. We thank you guys for listening in. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back. We still doing it. Getting ready to hit that 10:30 time frame, but they left us on the air. After that first segment, I guess that means they like us. They really, really like us. You listen to the Fans View. I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. We got Jamal January in the building. Jamal.
Hello.
Yeah, what's that week been like for you?
Pretty smooth, not gonna lie.
Okay.
Pretty smooth.
All right. Glad to hear it, brother. Yeah,
but enough about me. First thing, I walk in this room and I see you with dreads.
Well, yeah, bro. We had to. But if you're interested, people, we'll do the obligatory social media pick. Yeah. But yeah, the lock journey has begun.
Is it your first set of locks?
No, but the first since I retired from the military.
Yeah.
And when we all serve and we all say, well, this is what we gonna do. Yeah. Well, I guess it took me 2 years, but then I finally said, man, let's get this thing popping. So yeah, we journeying. Yeah. We on it. And then we got over here the extraordinaire Mr. Corey Mose from KVU. Corey, What was your week like?
It was a good week. Not gonna lie to you. Had a couple interviews I locked up.
Yeah.
Work was cool. Bible study's great.
Oh, hey.
You know, like,
Yeah.
It was a good little week.
This dude, look at him. He got his life together. When you got time for Bible study, literally you're living right. And I'm not going on a religious tangent. I'm just saying he's carved out time for the things that he values. Mm-hmm. That's when you got your life going in the right direction. Good job, Mr. Mose.
Appreciate it.
Now, we got to carve out some time for a longtime caller who was live on the air. You are on live. Thanks for calling.
Thank you for taking my call. Good morning, you beautiful people.
What's poppin'?
He's still in your swag, Corey.
They all are. They're coming for you, Corey. They're coming for you. Mr. Oklahoma, for those who don't know. What's up, Mr. Oklahoma?
Yeah, I want to say, man, whatever I say a lot of times in the past, y'all never agree with me. But I want to bring a few things up. You know what I'm saying? Because Stephen A. Smith, he says whatever he wants on national TV. They use profanity on national TV, and I can't believe that. And, you know, Stephen A. Smith says anything he wants. You know.
So, I want to disagree with you because you say we never agree with you. Well, you're right because I disagree with you. Man, I done took your side plenty of times. I jumped on that Oklahoma bandwagon. But I want to know, Mr. Oklahoma, do you get between a bear and its cub? You got to watch what you say, right? You got to watch your mouth, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you really do. But, you know, Stephen A. Smith says anything and everything and profanity on national TV. And I just, you know, I mean, he says it all the time. So I guess they put up with it.
Yeah. And then today he said, I know you all over the airwaves, and I appreciate you tune in to us for those 2 hours. And then it sounds like you go right back to ESPN. So respect, brother. That's another reason why I like you, sir. But, you know, he had to address it today, and they jumped right to it. And he said, look, man, I was talking about you, LeBron, not necessarily talking about your son. I'm talking about you and the position you have put your son in, for those who don't know. So, and I'm paraphrasing, but Stephen A. said, look, man, I'm just saying that you said your son is ready for the NBA and is better than half the dudes in the NBA. So you put the target on his back. You said that you wanted to go wherever he was going to be. And those are the things that Stephen A. was saying, is that kind of you created all of this attention on Bronny. And it's not necessarily about Bronny, that he's rooting for Bronny. So but I just wanted to bring everybody up to speed there on at least this morning what Mr. Smith had to say about the whole situation.
Yeah. Hey, and I want to bring another thing up, man. Y'all might disagree with me on this.
We'll see.
Okay. You know what a 3-point line is on a basketball court?
I know that it's something that the big toe of Kevin Durant stepped on, which stopped him from going a whole different path. I know that. So, yeah, I'm familiar.
Yeah. Okay, what I want to bring up, now this is my theory. Uh-oh. If they add 2 more lines, you know, like the 4-point and the 5-point, I think that'll change the basketball of history. Just say if you behind 4 points and you get behind that 4-point line and hit that shot, man, that would tie the game up. Even if you get behind the 5-point line and you could win, I think that'll change basketball of history, man. I really do. I think they should really add that.
I feel like that would actually
that's my
basketball a little bit. That's just me. I think it will ruin basketball a little bit because then like all those like records will be easy to chase and everything. Mm-hmm. So like,
well, I'm gonna do something for the young boys in the room with me because they don't know about this, Mr. Oklahoma. The parents probably didn't bring it up. But Young Bucks, the NBA temporarily shortened the three-point line during the 94, 95 to 96, 97 seasons. Did you know that, Jamal?
I didn't know they shortened.
All right, yeah. Moving it from 23 feet 9 inches to 22 feet around the basket.
Yeah.
But then reverted to the original distance. So I don't think they're ready for it. I think because of the history of the three-pointer and what it means to the game, in my generation, the sharpshooter Larry Bird, I mean, if he wanted to kill you from that three-point, he could. But Larry said, nah, I'm not going to give it to you like that. I'm going to keep feeding you and feeding you and feeding you. I'm going to do this. I'm going to drive. And so I think the value of it, they don't want to put too much change to the game, I believe. I think there'll be other changes. Yeah. I don't expect that the three-point line is going to change. I almost hate to say this, but Corey, I think I agree with Mr. Oklahoma. I think there is a possibility to add another line. What say you, Corey?
Yeah.
Like a 4-point line.
That's not happening. It's a pendulum swing. You just got to hold off, Miss Oklahoma. Like, just hold off, be patient. I mean, you see the same thing happening in the NFL right now. Everyone was freaking out about, it's so pass heavy. Oh, my gosh, they're throwing 40, 50 passes a game. Look at Peyton Manning breaking these records. And now, as you look back this last season and the year before that, people are running the football more because the game has changed in the sense of people started drafting smaller linebackers so they can run sideline to sideline. And then offensive coordinator is smart enough to then start saying, okay, bet, you got these smaller dudes up front, you got these smaller dudes in the linebacking area. Let's ground and pound, and start running the ball again. So, like, you saw Saquon go crazy, you saw Derrick Henry go crazy, you saw Josh Jacobs go crazy these last seasons because offensive coordinators are recognizing there's vulnerabilities there because of the era of pass-heavy teams. Defensive coordinators wanted to adjust to that, and now offensive coordinators are adjusting back. And so I feel like that's the same thing happening in the NBA, slowly but surely. I think you're at the peak right now with three-pointers. Look at the Boston Celtics. They're just jacking up 63s a game. But eventually those will, to me, you see it in sports all the time, the pendulum swing is going to come back around. And the game's going to start slowing down again. We're not going to continue to have 150, 140-point games. I think we will go back to the low hundreds, the 90s at some point. Because teams will get smart enough to realize how to stop the three-pointer, or people will just stop shooting them. I just think that's just how sports work, and I don't think you need to change the game of basketball just yet.
Yeah. Well, that's my point of view. I think if they add 2 more lines back there, it'll change it, because somebody just might throw the ball up and at the 5-point line and hit the 5 points, and if they get 5, they get 5 shots. You know what I'm saying? So that's just my opinion.
Well, we playing arcade or we playing basketball? Is the Harlem Globetrotters or is it
ABA jams?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I want to say really from college to pros, because a lot of them guys in college is going to pros. So they can be used to that,
Corey,
but that's just my opinion,
I agreed with you, remember? Corey makes me think about something that I want to ask you. So the analytics is dominating the game nowadays, and so it's about efficiency of scoring. That's what it is, and that's a very efficient shot to shoot that three. So if the three-pointer is one of the most efficient and it's fun, what happens if it becomes less efficient? Because people are trying to play hero ball and they're shooting 4-pointers or 5-pointers. What say you about that? Do you think that could ruin the game? Because one shot could bring you back into the game versus putting in the work.
That's right.
Of multiple times down. The strategy of the game changes. Because one shot, I don't want to call it lucky, but, one shot could change that. Would that sway you when you think of it like that, Mr. Oklahoma?
Yeah, I think it'd be better because when the game comes down to minutes and seconds, people trying to win the game.
Okay.
And they could win the game on that 4-point shot. They could maybe win the game, throw it up, and maybe win it on that 5-point shot. Ooh. And then if they foul them, man, they get 5 shots.
Okay.
I mean, to me, that'd be more exciting.
Well, to your point, Steph Curry.
That's the way I feel.
No. Steph Curry just hit a 38-footer, which is was hailed as a momentum shifter. Now that it still counted as 3, but he hit that without taking a dribble. It was a turnaround 3-pointer between 2 Nets defenders from 38 feet away, and that hit the bottom of the net. Now, he's had some ridiculous 3-point bombs, and the degree of difficulty on this one was high. I mean, he was on the Brooklyn Nets logo when he let it go. Now, that's not a 5-point play, but it resonated.
It should have been a 5-point play.
But his team said that's what they needed. And so he scored 40 points. He hit 7 3-pointers, and Golden State came back when they were down by 22. Now, do you think that would be a better game to watch when you see them get motivated by a hero shot that still only counts 3 games?
It'll make me feel better if they can hit that 4 or 5-point shot and come from behind and win it.
He can't be swayed.
Yeah.
I couldn't sway.
I don't know. I feel like if you were at that, the level of defense is just going to go down, sadly. And it's already at a bad representation right now, I would say, in the NBA.
Yeah.
So, adding a 4.5 shot, players are going to, as soon as they cross half court, they're chucking up shots. I just don't.
I want to change the subject right quick.
Let's do it.
Is Anthony Davis washed up?
Yes.
What?
I think as the number 1 option is what I'm saying. He is no longer the number 1 option for any team. And so I think that's what you mean. I know Corey's getting ready. That's why he said the what? But I think to your question of him being the number 1 guy, I don't think anyone will hitch their wagon and make him the number 1 option on any team for the remainder of his career.
Mr. Street Clothes.
Mr. Blue Fur Jacket.
Anthony Davis.
Hey, if you got on that blue fur jacket when Kyrie goes down like that, do you be like, well, can somebody else go out there? I don't want him to sweat because Kyrie threw his arm over, and all I kept thinking about was the jacket. Am I wrong?
Nah, you're not wrong.
Okay, this blue fur, homie.
But to answer his question, washed up, no, but I don't think we're gonna get a same AD like we saw in the bubble or what we saw in New Orleans. It's just that's just what injuries do to a player. It messes with your mental, it messes with your physical, obviously. But I don't think we're gonna get the same AD. But I don't think he's washed up. I think when he comes back and plays, depending on how long that's gonna be. Hopefully he'll be right back where he left off, but we'll see.
What else is on your mind, Mr. Oklahoma?
Yeah, I want to say that 4 teams in college is out. I want to name the 4 teams. Oklahoma, of course, is out. North Carolina is out. Nebraska is out. It's one more team. Can y'all help me with that? It's out. Starts with the team.
Oh, see, why you doing that, Mr. Oklahoma? You woke up and chose violence today, brother. And I think some of these Longhorn fans actually like you. They actually like listening to you because they're laughing at you. But now, you about to catch. Okay, all right, that's what you're doing.
Mr. Oklahoma lives at no.
Look here. I'm not gonna lie. I'm telling the truth. I'm not gonna lie, so you shouldn't be mad at me. My team is out because the Oklahoma coach needs to be fired. That dude needs to go.
If I had $1 every time you want an Oklahoma coach,
he needs to go, man. He needs to go.
Listen.
I mean, guys, because I know the portal transport from, they go to different colleges. That hurts schools and helps schools. But that hurt Oklahoma.
Okay, how about this?
So that dude, that basketball coach, that men basketball coach, he needs to be fired.
Saturday at 7 p.m. here in town, the Longhorns play Oklahoma, and I just want to know if they win that game.
It doesn't matter.
Brother, you 18-12. You got a better record than the Longhorns. Isn't that winning? That's winning.
Aren't they still out?
No.
Well, I mean,
aren't they still out the tournament?
You got to.
They're still out of the tournament.
Something could happen in the SEC tournament.
They're not out of the tournament. I mean, they have big wins.
Who's not out of the tournament?
Oklahoma's not. I need you to no ball against Oklahoma. I don't need you coming on here just
Get
talking
'em.
reckless.
Get 'em.
Because they have a win over 24th ranked Arizona. They have a win over
Yep.
number 14 ranked Louisville. They have a win over number 17 ranked Michigan. They
Yes.
have a win over Missouri, who just beat a top 10 team. You have big time wins. It's going to be a predicament for sure because it's a weird year for Oklahoma because they have been bad in the SEC, but they've won top 25 matchups. And so it's like, how does the tournament committee judge their key wins compared to their bad losses? That'll be interesting. But that's why Saturday's so important, is because Texas is also on the bubble.
Yes.
So you have two teams that are maybe fighting for that one of the last four in, and whoever wins that game could honestly get that spot in the tournament. But also, it always depends on what happens in the SEC tournament. But we all know that both of those teams probably won't win it.
Okay. I was reading the bottom of my screen on my TV.
That's where
the
your
four teams is out, sir.
Okay.
Huh?
But
that's where your problem at.
Yeah, that's
I said the bottom.
Stop reading
The
the
bottom of the screen last night.
Stop reading the bottom.
Four teams are out.
Yes, but it's just a projection, brother. Listen, man. You are one of the top 68 scoring teams.
I'm just going with,
So
I'm just going with what team is out.
You are number 68. You are one of the top 70, one of the top 68 scoring teams in the nation. You guys score 78.6 points a game. Even in your losses, you lost to Ole Miss, still put up 84. You lost to Kentucky, number 17th ranked Kentucky, still put up 82. You guys lost to LSU, put up 79. Listen, and then Corey just told you how many times. That's some firepower. And that's a team that may put on a good little show in the tournament. And nobody's trying to overlook that, brother. Let's just see where the chips may fall.
If they lose Saturday, they won't be.
Okay. I'm just reading the bottom. I'm just reading the bottom of my screen.
Right.
That's the only thing I can go by. Because it says four teams are out. So that's what I have to go by.
It's just a projection, though. That's not set in stone.
Okay.
Look,
it doesn't say projection on TV. It just says four teams are out.
Yeah.
So I don't know what else to go by.
These are suggestions, brother.
North Carolina, Nebraska, Oklahoma, Texas.
Okay.
It says out.
Those people that type at the bottom of the screen, do you know them? No, you don't. I know one. I used to work with him.
But why they want to put that on the bottom of the screen and I don't know what they're talking about?
They getting paid. They got to project. They got to let people know there's some people that are out there. It's just a little prediction. But these three gentlemen in the room, counting myself, you know us. And what are we telling you? It ain't over yet.
Okay.
Even though you came out here for violence against Longhorn fans, it ain't over. We just saying win the game Saturday against these Longhorns.
I saw a projection at the bottom of my screen yesterday that said Jackson Dart is going to be drafted number 3 overall.
Yep.
2.
Yeah.
Do you believe that? I mean,
yes. You see?
A lot of drafts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of projections. Everywhere.
He did put on a show. I mean, he threw some bombs at the combine. It was a great throw exhibition, but I don't think. But we don't know.
We don't know.
What else, Mr. Oakland? Because I don't have much more, but I know you want to get to the women.
Yeah, I do want to get to the women because you remember a few months later in the past, I said UCLA is going to get beat, and you said you don't think so. And you know what I'm saying?
That's what you're doing.
I knew UCLA was going to lose. I knew that.
Okay, so
yeah,
I'm pretty sure I didn't think they were going to go undefeated. But come on, brother, look. So they lost to number 6 USC. That ain't bad. And then you want to know who their only other loss is to? Number now 4 USC. Come on, man. That's a crosstown rivalry. Because I know I did say on these airways, because I used to live in Los Angeles. I said it means something. And I said it's going to be fireworks. And it was. I mean, both games, they weren't close. One was a loss by 11. One was a loss by 13. I kind of consider that a little bit of a little bit of a gap, but you didn't lose to a lot. I mean, look, They still beat a number 22 team, a number 25 team. They beat a number 18 twice. Ohio State, Maryland. They beat another 25. That was Baylor. They beat Michigan when they was 24. I mean, hey, they beat number 1 South Carolina early in the season.
Yeah. I'm just saying, if you lose by 1 point, you lose.
Oh,
but what I want to say to you, Douglas, before I get off the air,
what's up?
They got this high school basketball in Texas. You, Travis, Mr. January, y'all need to get together and go to that high school basketball, man, and check it out. You know what I'm saying?
No.
Just go sometime. I think it's going to be in San Antonio.
Nah, brother. Let me say something to you. Where would you want us to go? Do we go to Houston and watch some Houston ball? Do we go to Dallas?
No. No.
Where do we go?
I think it's in San Antonio, the tournament.
Oh, you're saying be a bandwagon. Just wait.
The state tournament. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah.
Yeah,
who do we root for?
Yeah, because Booker T. Washington, they beat LBJ the other day in College Station.
But who do we root for?
Right?
Because for those who don't know, he's from Houston. You want me to jump on them Houston boys?
I'm just saying. No, I'm just saying check it out, man, because I hear Bel Air, they doing good.
Yeah. Shelton
Henderson doing good.
Shelton Henderson from Bel Air, people. He dropped 26 and 20 in the state semifinals.
Good grief.
He's a 5-star Duke.
Yeah.
He's going to Duke.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Bel Air, Duncanville, they're going to the state finals.
And Team Olajuwon, so they got beat. I forgot the school they went to, but they got beat.
Yeah.
So I just want to say, Douglas, go to the state tournament championship and check it out, man. Because I don't think you ever been. Because I normally go at 4A, 5A, 6A.
Right.
But I just thought you might want to check it out, man. Y'all three go check it out. You, Travis, and Mr. January. So Mr. Moles, he got to make a report. I don't think he can go, so.
Road trip.
But maybe you want to, man, because I used to have fun going to those games, man, in Austin.
Man, you know
I
what?
wish they bring it back out.
He putting us up on game right now. I know we get at Mr. Oklahoma sometimes, but he putting us up on game.
Douglas, I'm suggesting.
Yeah.
I'm suggesting, man.
And I'm agreeing. I'm agreeing.
Yeah.
Mr. Oklahoma.
Hey, man, y'all have a good weekend,
Thank you.
Hey, y'all have a good weekend. I'm going to check out a lot of basketball. A lot of basketball. I'm going to check it out.
All right, brother. Thanks for calling.
I'll check y'all later.
Okay. I agree.
We'll let him get 20 minutes.
That would be fun. But he did take us to, for the record, he did get us to talk some NCAA women. We talked some NCAA men. He don't make it necessarily about him. Not necessarily.
That's a whole segment.
Yeah.
We got to go to break.
But we talked about some things. And then would we have talked Texas playoffs? High school basketball playoffs? I doubt it.
No, we would have. No, not a chance.
Probably mentioned it.
Okay.
OBJ was just playing.
Probably.
Dang. I mean, at this point, Mr. Oklahoma's like part of the show. But you know what? I don't want to make y'all mad then. I apologize.
I mean, he's been here longer than me.
For those who don't know,
he got more minutes than me. So,
for those who don't know, I'm at the board today, and I could have cut him off. I could have cut him off. And it's funny because I am like the other way. I do a talk show middle of the week. Man, when that 3-minute hit, you gone.
Yeah.
And so it's a little different though. But if he called in, I'm not even selling it to Corey. Corey's got this look on his face like
5-point line, bro. If you still
you're not a
live in
fan?
Oklahoma, that's crazy. That's crazy. You're changing the game of basketball.
Yeah.
He's not like just changing like, okay, let's do 20-second shot clock. You're changing the game of basketball with a 5-point line.
He said, "What is
That's
this?
not happening, bro. That's not happening."
Because they got that 4
They
point.
need to change college first to make them quarters. I mean, let's do that first.
Yeah.
Let's stop doing 2 halves and make 4 quarters in college. You want to prepare the college kids? Yeah, let's make 4 quarters instead of 2 halves. I still don't understand why that's not a thing. And in high school basketball, let's get a freaking shot clock. Let's do the basics first.
There actually is in private school ball. They got a shot clock.
Yeah, they're finally getting there, but UIL is still
Yeah.
mulling over the decision to put a shot clock. Now, I understand there's a lot of hoops that you got to go through to put a shot clock in every single 1A, 2A, 3A gym. But at the end of the day, it's like they need to have a shot clock, bro. I'm sick of watching high school teams get up by 2 and hold the ball, especially in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But yeah, we gotta fix that first before we talk about changing the game of basketball and putting a 5-point line. Yeah, I just Lord have mercy, bro. Oh man, but yes, we gotta go to break. I mean,
So if no other reason than Mr. Mose, allow me to filibuster for Mr. Oklahoma one last moment before we go. If for no other reason, is he not comedy relief on the show?
I chuckled. Yeah, I chuckled.
Do we ever take a call from him
I will say
and
this.
we stay in character? He always makes us laugh.
He's right about this Oklahoma coaches. Like they're Venables got one. I think Venables should have been fired this year. So, I mean, I'm with him on that. Like, I don't know why Venables is still the coach.
And then basketball?
Basketball, I like Porter Moses.
18 and 12.
Cool. No, I'm saying, like, they had some big. Now he saved his season by getting those big time wins over top 25 teams, because the SEC plays, they've been god awful.
Right.
But they just beat Missouri, which was a huge win. And so like clearly the guys are still playing for Porter. I know that when I've had Porter, interviewed him in press conferences when he's come to Austin, he's a good interview. I will say that. Like, he's cool with the media. I like him as just a coach. And so, it'll be interesting to see how this game on Saturday turns out, because that is a big time game. Like
that, and look at the momentum technically they would have. So a 3-point loss to Ole Miss. They lost that 87-84. That was at Ole Miss. But then they came back number 15 Missouri, and they dropped 96 points on them boys. And then if you can come into Texas and get this road win, yeah, I think it means something. I think all of us, well, no one in this room has a vote, but, all of us would look at them favorably.
Yeah.
Mr. Oklahoma, we appreciate you. And I guess you just got lucky I was on the board today. I guess that's what it comes down to.
All love.
I say it all the time. I need to listen to that song a little more. I never do until we're in here, balling like Dirk. And I think they also put that in because Travis is a fan. But you're listening to The Fans View, KZI 88.7 FM, broadcasting live from Austin, Texas. We have Double J.
Yep.
The J was so nice he had to put it twice. Jamal January. What's up, sir?
I like how you did that.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to come
What
up
we
with that?
do. That was off the dome. Yeah. It just came to me.
Nice.
And then over here, I would tell you that he's smooth, but y'all already know because y'all watching him, because he's Corey Mose from K-View.
Yeah.
Corey, brother. Oh, I'm running into a lot of people that spell it the way you spell it lately.
That's the right way to spell it.
Is there a run on that? Or yeah, okay. So he just waited. I was kind of curious about that.
No, there's another way to spell it.
The EY I thought was the dominant,
Never heard of it.
but in my life lately, I've only been Corey.
Yeah, Corey.
And I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. We are very excited to have our last hour here with you all. If you want to call in, you're only going to get 3 minutes, or Corey is going to wait for me outside. When Corey ain't here, the mice will play. All right? But today, we can't play.
I mean, if it's good conversation, you know what I'm saying? I'm not going to cut it off, but we talking about 5.9.
Hypothetical. And you know what? I'm the type of person, I don't really like hypotheticals. Because like you said,
you throw out hypotheticals all the time.
But it gets the people going. That's what I'm trying to do here.
It shuts me off.
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
I'm a logical guy.
Now I'm in character here. Yeah. I gotta Dougie outside is different, but yeah, gotta keep the people. We here to entertain also.
I mean, there's a lot of things you can be entertained with that's real. I mean, like the LeBron thing, that's pretty entertaining. I feel like the combine was pretty entertaining. We could talk about things that actually happened instead of creating things that could or may never happen. So that's the way you started the show today. You said there's a lot of things in this world that's grueling and
yes,
it's very disappointing, but sports, they can uplift it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You really started the show that way.
Yes, sir.
And we're talking about sports that did not happen, and so, or that's not ever going to happen. We could be talking about sports that actually did happen and still uplift people. So,
but to the point, I do want to remind people the KZI mission is to entertain, educate.
Yeah,
So
we're not educating nobody.
I lean towards that entertainment aspect for the people.
See, I'm a child of teachers.
Yes, you are.
So I like to educate.
Yeah.
You know, and so I can't educate off hypothetical.
Which is why this triangle works. You know what I'm saying?
It's kind of like a.
Yeah, that's why it's working.
It's like, yeah, I guess it is a triangle.
That's why we do that. So,
Think like a circle.
Yeah. Round and round we go. So, I want to ask y'all the question I started with.
Yeah.
Wayne Gretzky, Sugar Ray Leonard, Pele, and Bjorn Borg in a race. Who wins that race?
Ice.
Nope.
How
It's on a
Gretzky
track.
not winning.
What was the distance?
Some people are in the. It looks like it's less than 100 meters, and some people. I just want to say this. Some people got down into the starting position.
Yeah.
One person decided to run just like we did back home, standing up. Is that starting position?
I'll just go with the dude that's definitely running the more mileage. I'm gonna go with Pele.
Okay, Corey.
Distance.
Who wins that race between those four?
Can you name them again?
Yes, sir. Wayne Gretzky,
No.
Sugar Ray Leonard,
No, too small.
soccer star Pele, and Bjorn Borg, tennis player. He wore a headband, if that helps you.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Pele. He's short to the ground too.
I already know the answer, so I can't give mine. Wayne Gretzky. And I have the link. I can send it to you on Threads so you guys can check it out. Can you believe that, though? And he didn't just beat him. He smoked him.
Really?
I don't know what terms y'all use at the highest levels of sprinting, Mr. January, but this was a beatdown.
Nowadays, kids use the word rolled.
Ugh.
Me, when I was in college, I was like, yeah, I got rocked and rolled.
Yeah, and Sugar Ray Leonard was the one who decided not to get down and in the starting position like everyone else, and he came in dead last. And Bjorn Borg was coming on the outside. He actually took second. He ran all the way to the tape.
Yeah.
Pele was in second place throughout most of the race, pulled up as he got to the line, and Bjorn Borg leaned and got it.
Yeah.
It's beautiful. This took place back during Wayne Gretzky's high points. You know, he's a little older than y'all. So, all right, the combine. I am so curious of y'all's takes now that it's over. Let's start with you, Mr. January.
Yeah.
What's your takes, your takeaways, the biggest things that stand out to you?
Well, obviously, the biggest thing that stands out is, Isaiah Bond not keeping up his end of the shovel. I mean, don't get me wrong, a 4.4 is still fast.
Yes, sir.
It's still fast.
4.39.
No, I was gonna wait. I was gonna say it.
But yeah,
I mean, we can throw out the unofficial time.
Sorry, yeah, my fault, Mr. Mills. For 4.39, but still not close, at all until 4.21.
No,
I mean, it's. And then I saw them pull up that stat. Isaiah Bond has a higher what was it? The MPH, the miles per hour.
Speed.
Yeah,
top speed.
yeah,
Top
yes, sir.
speed. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
On the next gen stats, he has a faster top speed, but
Took him a while to get there.
Like I was saying, when it comes to that 40, it's not a 4.2 is just not easy. We only saw one unofficial 4.2 this combine, if I'm correct, and it was from that DB from Kentucky, I think. But
I thought the Virginia Tech running back also ran a 4.29.
He
I
probably
thought the
did,
DB was first.
Yeah.
Virginia Tech running back I thought was second.
He said unofficial.
Unofficial.
Okay,
So
okay.
what popped up on that clock on the TV screen?
Right.
Yes, sir.
So it's not easy. Like, it's all about your start.
Yeah.
Your weight has a big part of it as well, and also the form, like the way you use your arms, your stride length pattern and stuff, and how quick you can reach your top speed. It's just something not easy, But I do think the record is going to get broken in the next 2 to 3 years by some.
And by all accounts, it might be somebody from Texas. When you put four boys out there that run under a 4.4, woo,
yeah,
that's some speed. Mr. Mose, what's your takeaways before we take this call?
He's gonna say.
What's your takeaways?
No, I mean, it's not that. I'm not gonna go that way. I definitely could. I think my takeaways was that Quinn's gonna be a good quarterback. He just needs to be in the right system. I think he threw the ball well. I thought he threw the ball his second best. out of the quarterbacks, I really like Jackson Dart. I said that on here before. I do like Jackson's size. I like Paz. I like the way he's able to throw the deep ball. And so, yeah, Jackson, I thought, threw the best. It'll be interesting to see where they all land. People are saying third, fourth round for Quinn. I don't think he's going to last that long. Just because he's a quarterback, not because he's talented in that way, but at that position, you need a QB.
I want to make a little slick comment. Every single time the crowd was cheering on Will Howard, he did something bad. I don't know if y'all know. I don't know if y'all noticed it.
Hey, I didn't want to get him started on Will Howard.
So bunned,
hey, we got to come back to that because I got
national champion.
Wait, that's one of. Let's get this call, Corey, because Corey, save it, please. Corey, I'm gonna cut his mic. Mike, let's cut the mic. Oh, they hung up. Okay, so then we can't get to it.
It's so garbage.
Yeah.
Watching that combine pissed me off because it's like, bro, how is he a national champion? I know how he's surrounded by a bunch of first, second, third round.
5 stars all around him.
$120 million roster. What something that they
stupid.
NIL? Yeah, hey,
I'm glad he got exposed.
Yeah,
he did. It's so much.
And then Shador came out and protected
That's
him.
what I was gonna say.
Shador, you don't got to do that.
What do you think about that?
I mean, respect. Like respect to Shador. You know,
agree.
he's a quarterback. Quarterbacks protecting fellow quarterbacks, and like I get it. There is a bunch because he said he's throwing the guys he's never thrown before. Well, so is Quinn Ewers, and so is Jackson Dart, and so is Brady Cook, and so is Dylan Gabriel. They all had great days.
And Jackson Dart had a deep ball on the right side, dropped by whoever that
Kelly,
that wide receiver.
I remember Kelly.
Yeah,
he said,
Jamal.
That dude did. It was the receiver from Tech. He didn't have a good combine at all.
He should have kept running out the stadium.
He should have.
Because that dude was dropping
bombs. He dropped so many. I was just watching him. I was like, is that Kelly again?
Yeah, literally throwing darts. Jackson Dart helped himself by throwing. Yeah. So what are y'all's takes on the guys who don't throw? If Cam Ward doesn't throw and Shador doesn't throw, does that affect you two? Your opinion?
It doesn't affect like the film that they did produce this year, but at the same time I don't like it because Cam Newton even said if you're the guy, you go out and prove that you're that guy, and the fans like they want to, I mean obviously they want to see fast 40 times, but they definitely want to see the top 2 QB prospects throw. So that's just how I feel.
Corey,
see me on my pro day, bro. I don't.
No, so bro. You say you want to be seen at your best.
I don't care. Like if I risk reward. If I go out there and have a bad day, and I'm considered a top 2 pick already, what the heck I'm going out there for? Like, I'm going to throw to my guys I've been throwing to the whole year, so I can keep my stock the way it is. Now, if you have a guy like Quinn Ewers, like, okay, bet you can raise your stock in this situation, or if you didn't have the season you wanted. But if I'm Shador or Cam, like, come to my pro day. I'll show you how good I am in person, throwing to my guys in a controlled environment. Yeah. Because I'm not trying to lose bread. We're talking about millions of dollars on the line. And so I just think that why risk that at a combine throwing to guys that are Kelly from Texas Tech instead of throwing to my guy Xavier Restrepo, or throwing to my guy Travis Hunter. So.
I gotta ask y'all a question.
Before we move on, though.
We're still on combine, but
I want to stay on quarterbacks.
Okay.
What pissed me off was Milroe not doing the 40. Not doing any of the broad jump, the vertical jump.
I think he should have.
It's like I get it. You're trying to prove that you're a quarterback, but I think you take the route that Anthony Richardson did last year. People were not talking about Anthony Richardson being a top 5 pick before the combine. He goes out there and runs a 4.4. He goes out there and breaks all the records for all the other physical attributes. Yeah. And it's like, oh, wow, this kid's a freak. We can make him a quarterback.
Yep. Yeah.
And so Milroe's best quality is that he's a physical freak. Yeah. Go show that.
Yes.
And then you pair that with a good throwing day. Because he did have a good throwing day. Like,
he did. Yes, he did.
And that made me really happy.
Yeah, it made me happy too. But it's like, bro, if you would have done this with running a 4.4, you don't know what your stock could have been like. But, whoever his agent is, screwed him.
They blew it. Get a new one.
Get a new one.
Hey, like I said before, a dream of mine, I would like to see the Ravens draft Jalen Milroe. Or just to put him like backup for Lamar, just in case, and be like, hey, man, just learn from him. And Kate, if Lamar ever goes down or something, at least we got...
True, you doing the Washington Redskins when they got RG3 and Kirk Cousins? You doing the Green Bay Packers when they have Brett Favre and they go get Aaron Rodgers?
I'm not saying
Rodgers.
Look, because let's be real. Jalen Milroe cannot start in the NFL right now. Well, no. He can't. Right?
Yeah.
Am I lying?
No,
Right.
you're not.
I don't put anything past anybody.
Well,
Yeah,
because based off what Corey just said, is Anthony Richardson. He's my fraternity brother. I might have a Stephen A. moment. A lot of people will ask, was he ready? Because he didn't have as many starts as Joe Monroe, but he was that freak. And Indianapolis gave it to him. And, you know, it hasn't necessarily turned out the best for him.
Just had a couple of good games.
So the teams out there who are hungry, they may just say, "Nah, we just going with the freak of nature. Let's put them out there." Okay, I want to ask this question, Corey. I want to ask this question. We're gonna stay on combine. Did you know Matthew Golden was that fast? Because I didn't know, and I don't remember people when he came. He transferred in, right?
Yeah.
What school did he come from?
U of H.
Okay. I didn't know, and his stock just went through the roof, I believe, because he looked great all through the playoff, and now he goes out and run that. So, did you know that, Corey, that he was that fast?
That fast? No, it kind of shocked me, kind of like how Adonai Mitchell shocked me last year when he went out there and ran that 40. Because, you know, everyone talking about Isaiah Bond was the fastest receiver on the team, and, you know, when you look back on it, it's like, well, there were a lot of times Matthew Golden was wide open.
Yes, sir.
Maybe that was not so much Sark's scheme, maybe just because he's that good.
Good grief.
And I will say this, though. You can look back on my tweets. I was the first one in this Austin market to start talking about Matthew Golden being a draft pick. A lot of people argue with me if he should even come out. And so when I made that first comment. And then, of course, I mean, that was in the middle of the SEC play. I want to say around November or late September, or I should say late October, when I threw that out there. And I got pushback on social media about, like, why? Because it was after the Arkansas game when he made that one-handed catch. And I thought, like, should we start talking about, like, Matthew Golden being an NFL receiver? And I had somebody comment, like, wow, just because he made one contested catch, you want to say that he's an NFL receiver?
He going first round
those
now.
Twitter fingers, they start typing real fast.
Yep.
But I just always thought that if you have a guy that makes those type of catches, he had the same type of catch in their first SEC game on the sideline that Quinn threw. And I just felt like if Quinn is going to this guy and he just transferred in, there's trust there for a reason. Yeah. And then as the season went on and Bond got hurt and he clearly was the wide receiver one, it's like if you're the wide receiver one in Sark's offense, there's a reason why you're that.
Yeah.
And so I just felt like as time went on, people need to start talking about him. And if you look back on his U of H days, and this is where I should have been like, yeah, I could see the speed. He was one of the best kick returners in the nation last year. He had multiple touchdowns returned back. I thought he was going to do a little bit more of that at Texas, but you have Silas Bolden, and he was a guy. But that's in his bag, and he can return kicks at a high level. And so it's like, okay, bet you have a guy that can take you to the house. You have a guy that can make every contested catch. His route running is phenomenal.
That's what I was gonna say. He ain't just the speed guy.
Exactly.
And so he has to have raised his stock, because I was gonna say before he ran that, I was gonna say to your point, because I didn't know about the speed, I was like, man, he must run some of the best routes. Like, his route running must be amazing, was what I was just, if you ask me about Golden, I'd be like, because I didn't look at every snap. Yeah. I didn't look at a lot of snaps. But I would have to say, man, he runs good routes, which he probably does. But now, good routes and that speed.
Yeah, he's first round for sure.
And we know the hands is good because he showed it. He made some big time plays.
I mean, against Arizona State,
that sideline
catch was crazy. Body control, and so.
I think that one SEC game you were talking about, was it Vanderbilt? Where he had that one
Vanderbilt, yes. Yeah. That mode was crazy too.
Because I remember they put the highlight on the screen.
Another, and he had so many moments this year where Quinn went to him when he needed a catch, and so. Yeah, I like Golden too. Just as a person, as a human being. I actually talked to one of my friends. She used to work at U of H. Now she's at SMU. But she was in the player development department, and she texted me one day saying, "Man, I miss Golden so much because he was just a great human being, and he was probably the hardest worker that was on that U of H squad last year." And I'm just glad to see him being so successful. Yeah. And like getting that random text is like, okay, bet what I assume about the young man is then confirmed by someone who worked with him every single day. So I just think that work ethic is going to play a factor in the NFL. And Yeah, it's funny just seeing how draft stocks work because at the beginning of the year, Isaiah Bond was the guy that was going in the first round.
It was, yeah.
But now it's Matthew Golden going in the first round and not Bond.
So number 9 to New Orleans Saints, they need a wide receiver. Put him with Chris Olave.
He won't be that high. I mean, I think you got probably one receiver over him. Well, I don't know how we're counting Travis Hunter, but you got T-Mac, the kid from Arizona.
McMillan. Yeah, I think.
And then whatever
your guy.
Well,
Double E.
We don't know which way
Luka.
New York is going after Travis.
Yeah.
Are they getting him to be a wide receiver, or are they getting him to be the D-back? Because that's the other thing is technically we have him over everybody, right?
Yeah. Even though the other takeaway I wanted to say from the combine, because I had Loki at 2, I think Jahdae Barron's the best DB in the draft. Like I know I'm like a homer with Jahdae, but. That's my guy, bro.
True DB,
that's
or
my
just
guy. I think he's better than Travis Hunter.
I
think he's better than Travis Hunter.
Stay right there.
I know I'm crazy.
Over here.
I know I'm crazy.
Whoa.
But like what Jahdae does, his versatility. That's why I like him.
Because he can play like safety and
he
nickel
can play
and all
safety. He can play nickel. He can play strong safety. He can play free safety. He can play outside corner, and he tackles so well.
Yeah.
Something that Travis Hunter doesn't do well.
So he will go before Malachi Starks?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Malachi Starks is literally going to get drafted to a team that literally needs a safety.
So he'll be a safety.
Yeah, Malachi will be a safety.
Okay. Yeah, Malachi's going to be
Jahdae is going to be something like you see with Kyle Hamilton right now. You can put him anywhere, and then you add the fact that he can play corner. Kyle doesn't play corner, but like Kyle is in the box all the time with the Ravens, and Jahdae can do exactly that, and then be your number 1 corner. So like I just think his versatility is ridiculous.
Nick Emenwari from South Carolina.
Yeah.
I have him high. Safety though, or defensive back? Okay, all right. Well then, hey, you might be on it.
No, Jahdae's the only one. Maybe you can throw in like Malachi can play corner, but he got exposed this year
by Ryan Williams.
Yeah, he got exposed.
Cooked.
So like he's not great at corner. He can play it, but his natural position safety. I think with Jahdae, you could literally put him in nickel or at outside, and he'll be great at both. So yeah, I just love Jahdae's versatility.
Better than Will Johnson as well.
Yeah, Will Johnson can't tackle.
Yeah. Okay.
So I mean,
he
can cover, but he can't tackle.
Now,
gentlemen.
I was gonna say, do you also think it could have been like the system that Jahdae was in, because he was around some great DBs at UT as well?
That's true.
Well, I think he showed it in 2 different years. Like 2 years ago, he just played nickel.
Yeah.
And he was one of the best nickels in the country. And then he's like, all right, bet, let me move outside. And now he won the Jim Thorpe. Well, we're talking about the guy that won the Jim Thorpe Award. Like, let's put some respect on that award too.
Yeah.
You know, for the best DB in the nation. And so, yeah, I think for sure you got other DBs that are good around you, like Taft.
Because I know there were some people that considered UT DBU this year.
Yeah,
I was one of those people.
I mean, Makuba, he's going to be in the 2nd or 3rd round. You know, so now he raised his draft stock too, running at 4.4.
Yes, sir.
And so, yeah, I'm excited for the Awesome Boys.
I like what you said. You said put some respect on the national award.
Yeah.
So why is Shedeur Sanders supposedly sliding when he put a lot in his bag?
People hate him.
Of
award. It's really that.
So it's just hate.
He ain't doing nothing. Like, I like the way he carried himself at the combine too.
Me too.
I liked how he was in front of every camera, smiling. How he was with
watching his receivers run the 40s,
saying yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, he carried himself
while still being himself.
Yes.
You know, I think at the end of the day,
hat to the back.
Yeah, I don't really care about that.
I gotta be myself.
Colin Cowherd hates that.
I know.
I don't really care.
No. But I'm glad that he said I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
He you know, you could be under some influence.
I like how he said straight up, like, if you don't want me to change your franchise and change your culture, don't draft me. And it's like, yeah, that's facts. Like, he is a guy that he's going to be himself. And he's going to get national recognition, and people are going to have eyes on him, and he's going to not tone it down.
He might make it to number 6 Las Vegas if they don't move up.
He doesn't make it past Vegas, though.
Yeah, he won't make it. Wait, what'd you say?
He won't make it past Vegas.
See, I don't know, because I've seen some mock drafts where they're talking about Vegas should just go ahead and get who will be considered the best player. So like I've seen Will Campbell. I saw Mel Kiper when he went on ESPN and said his deal. He said Vegas should take Genty instead of Shedeur, and Shedeur is gonna fall to the Jets.
Idiot.
Yeah, he is. So I'm just, but in my opinion, go ahead and give the fans what they want in Vegas. And even the GM at that one of the games said, "Hey, you might already be home, man."
Yep.
So
Oh, you talking about the owner, Al Davis?
Yeah, him.
At the Vegas, at the Aces game?
Yeah, at the Aces game, he said you might
Al
already be
Davis.
home, man. So, like, hey, yeah. I would like to see some fedoras of silver and black.
He won't make it past Las Vegas. I don't think he gets to Vegas. I mean, if New York is smart,
Ooh, hold on.
Giants take him. Like,
Giants?
That's a perfect fit to me.
But
Like,
they just signed Tommy DeVito. No, I'm messing.
Come
They,
on.
they definitely did re-sign that.
Well, the only thing, and I don't want to say anything about his arm. It's an accurate arm. I don't think it's the Josh Allen strong arm.
Yeah.
If I got to give a comparison.
has Josh Allen won an
And-
AFC championship?
No, sir, he has not.
Okay, so what we care about?
Okay, let me finish this then. That swirling air in that stadium, you need a strong arm for that. That's the only thing I have noticed about being a quarterback in New York. And I just didn't know if he figured that out. But I think, honestly, I don't know if they're going to say it. What if he's whispering to teams, don't come get me. I don't want to go to you.
I mean, I think he's definitely doing that to Cleveland and Tennessee.
Yeah,
I mean,
I would
I
do
think
that
that's why there's been so
110%.
much noise about Cam Ward being the number one pick. Is because his camp is low-key saying, don't draft me. I am not.
I think so.
I think I said this a couple weeks ago. Like, he's just not going to Tennessee.
I think he's saying that.
And, you know, with the Browns, I am interested to see what the Browns do. Because the Browns, they need a quarterback.
badly.
I mean, with Deshaun being hurt, they definitely need a quarterback. So it's like, do you go with Abdul Carter and get the best player?
Yes.
Or do you figure out, okay, we need a QB?
You get Abdul Carter, and then you go get a second or third round from Myles Garrett, and then go get a quarterback.
But they keeping
Like
Garrett.
go get Quinn.
Do you think they're gonna keep Garrett?
They said they're going to keep Garrett.
No, they ain't keeping him.
They
They
can't,
ain't
but they
keeping
said they're
You
going
shouldn't.
to.
I don't think you
And
should.
you can't hold a player hostage like that.
Yeah,
But I mean,
it just
it's the
doesn't look
NFL
good
though.
Yeah.
because everyone else. Because he's a nice guy. Everyone likes
He
Myles
is.
Garrett.
Yeah.
He's played hard for you, and I think the animosity, you would look bad that you didn't honor his request.
Yeah.
Let that man go chase that ring, and I think that's what most people would say.
No, I agree.
And I
I
think
think
that's why they
that's
would-
the right thing. That's a good bit. Like, to be a good business partner,
Yeah,
you know. But like, it's not just Garrett though, because then Denzel Ward came out and said, "Hey, if Garrett go, I'm trying to go too." You know. So then you're losing your best two players on defense.
hey,
Yeah.
let him go. Say it frees up some money.
But now, the Browns, they could shake up the draft if they go out there and
They really
draft.
could.
If they draft a QB, if they draft Shador, everything is gonna.
I was gonna say let Garrett go and usher in the Abdul Carter era.
I mean, that makes sense.
We'll see, depending on what his
you need a
injury looks
quarterback.
like.
Yeah. Okay, we gotta go talk to some sponsors. You listen to the Fans View, KZI 88.7 F. You're listening to the Fans View, and then my demo tape, all at the same time when the beat dropped. But this is KAZI 88.7 FM. You can stream us at kzifm.org. If you're on the TuneIn app, you search KAZI. You're already there, but I'm telling you to tell a friend so they can start listening. That's what you got to do. People, don't hog this to yourself. How they gonna understand the personalities and the background? They ain't gonna get the inside jokes when you trying to tell them, man, Corey has said this, but man, Douglas was he crazy with that. Yeah, but they ain't gonna understand unless you tell them, and they gotta listen. All right. And then make sure that if you aren't already watching, Corey Mose from KView is with us.
You're
Corey, when's the next time we can see you on the television?
tomorrow, Saturday,
Okay.
6 o'clock, 10 o'clock,
What time? 10 o'clock?
10 o'clock,
AM and PM?
PM, 6
PM?
PM, Team PM.
All
Okay.
right. I know what time to watch Fox. I'm messing, bro. I'm messing.
Boy, got jokes. That's crazy.
Yeah. That was
Anyway,
good.
I still get paid,
I really like that.
whether you watch or not.
And then we got over here the fastest sports host in all of Texas. You know what? I'd like to put that out there. You're the fastest sports host in all of Texas, Jamal January. I said that with my chest.
Yeah, that's me.
What's
Oh,
the-
I'll take that.
yeah, there needs to be a media arts games, and you need to get invited.
Yeah.
Let's just hope that Destroying doesn't show up because
He's slow.
I know I've seen him race some people, and he has been getting
races
dusted.
people that he can beat. That's
Right.
the thing.
Oh yeah, when he did the content creator
Yeah,
games.
yeah.
Yeah,
Like
them
Jake and
average
Logan Paul.
dudes.
Come on, dude.
Yeah. But when he got to show them boys with speed,
Yeah.
eesh.
Texas, new speed, man.
Okay,
Speed Nation.
he's Florida. Oh, wait a minute. Is that what we doing? We doing who got the best athletes, Texas or Florida?
Texas.
Oh, we ain't got nobody currently streaming.
And I'm speaking biasly.
No. That's you were good.
Yeah.
We got people streaming. We got the UK. We got someone in Germany. We got someone up there in the Great Northwest. Oh, we got somebody in Toronto. Hey, yo, Drake. I heard you was on 88.7. No, we got some people in the Northeast, and then the Midwest is just rocking with us. Too many to the list. But yeah, we big right now. Missouri, Kansas, yeah, they rocking with us. We got some Oklahoma. Oh, someone just chimed in from Mexico.
Hey,
We big in Mexico right now. All right, fellas, we didn't talk NBA, but we got to talk a little drama. This is that entertainment part, Corey.
Yeah.
Charles
That
Barkley,
actually happened.
he says Kendrick Perkins is an idiot and that the ESPN coverage sucks. Now, for those who don't know, next year, Barkley is going over. The Inside NBA star is going over and going to be working for ESPN. So for him to go at Perkins
loved it, though.
like that.
I love it. I love it.
What-
I love when he does that.
Yeah.
Because he's straight up like, that other network that we're going to be working for next year, you're idiots. You know what I'm saying? Like, I respect it because it's like, I don't give a rip that y'all are ESPN. We're going to come over there and we hate y'all.
I don't have to
But-
kiss the ring.
Exactly. Because y'all came and sought after us. I think that's the way he's thinking.
Which just tells ESPN/Disney when renegotiations roll around for contracts, get your popcorn ready.
No, for real though.
Because he ain't gonna bow.
Which I like, you know.
Oh.
And I think they're trying to make a point of they're trying to change the culture at ESPN.
Yeah.
Cause I'm not gonna lie to you. When it comes to those NBA pregame, postgame, halftime reports, if it's on ESPN, I see Bob Myers, Stephen A. Smith, Malika Andrews, and whoever else they want on the table.
Yeah.
I'm not watching. When I see Shaq and Candace Parker,
Yes, sir.
and Jamal Crawford,
Yes, sir.
and the other guy that hosts, because he's garbage, I'm not watching.
Jalen. Was it Jalen Rose?
No, the actual like the Ernie, B team Ernie.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I'm not watching. But when I see Kenny, Chuck, Shaq, and Ernie, I'm watching and listening.
Yep.
And so like it's just the way it is. You know, I'm entertained by them and they actually give insight. Now some people kind of get on them about not, you know, some people hate the way Barkley talks about the Lakers or they bash the players too much. I don't think enough radio, TV people are that adamant about these players need to play better. And this basketball isn't good basketball. And then I think it's facts. So, yeah, I like it. I like Barkley calling out Kendrick and ESPN. But I will say he got to put some respect on the Lakers' name. Like that's what I don't agree with.
So let's start with the number 2 team in the West. They are 10.5 games behind Oklahoma City Thunder. Away, they are 15-14. Does that mean something? That they are 15-14 away, just one game, because there are teams below them that have better records. In fact, just about everyone below them has a better record. The only people that have a worse record are the 2 last place teams, New Orleans Pelicans and Utah Jazz. Does that mean anything to you guys? The away record for the Lakers.
No, I mean you can't look at those stats like that. You got to look at their team with Luka. With Luka,
Okay.
they're 9-2. So, no.
Okay.
I mean that doesn't really matter.
It's going to be 9-3 tomorrow, by the way.
Who they
So,
playing?
Oh, hey, hold on.
Who they playing?
He calling
Boston.
shots.
Oh, they playing
They're
Boston.
playing Boston tomorrow.
Hey,
We'll see what happens.
hold on.
We'll see what happens.
Watch Corey's face. Oh, you mean the team that has the most championships in the NBA? Yeah, they playing them boys. Okay. They got number 18.
Silence.
Hey, how many the Lakers got, Corey?
Didn't the Celtics just blow a 20-point lead to the Cleveland Cavaliers?
Yeah, but we talking about
It's the
championships.
Cavs. Number 1 team in the East
Yeah.
at the moment.
No.
Who
You
has
don't
the
believe
seventh?
in- You don't believe in them, though.
Me?
Are the Cavs going to win?
Uh-oh,
the NBA
you hesitated.
Yeah, he don't
Jamal, he
believe.
got you.
We always
He
seen
punched
the
you in the
only
gut.
team that's
He knocked
stopping the
wind out of
Cavs
you.
is the Cavs. Literally, just from watching the games, that's the only team
Don't
stopping
let
the
him
Cavs.
shake your
It's the
confidence. If
Cavs.
you Spider-Man, then you Spider-Man.
And
I mean,
and
yeah, that's
every
my
year
deal, though.
Every year they stop themselves.
Okay, but my deal is I never count out the defending champ. I just never do. That's just
And you
how I
shouldn't.
am.
Yeah, I mean, Celtics
You know?
are like that.
So why they 7.5 games back?
Just
No
regular
one-
season.
bro, it's a regular
No, yeah,
season,
no one
bro.
cares
It's a
till the
regular
playoffs
season.
come
Shouldn't
by.
they care though?
No,
I mean, they should.
As
It's
defending
just
champs?
for seeding. And then
home court.
the goal is just to get into the playoffs. And then once
don't.
you do that, then
Yeah.
everyone turns up.
And you said home court.
Home court don't matter.
They've lost 11 games at home. Boston Celtics. You want to know how many Cavs have lost? Only 4 at home.
I was just going to guess
Ooh.
that, too.
So with that number 1 record, you got to come to their house, Corey.
They don't care. They
Oh,
don't care.
They don't.
Celtics don't care.
They're gonna go on the road and try to take it
We'll see, man.
Yep.
The way
Okay.
they played, it looked like they cared.
because the Cavs and the
No, I mean, like,
Celtics
they don't
look
care about
very
home court.
similar
Yeah.
on the road. One has 6 losses, one has 7, but that's a big difference.
Look, bro.
That means
I
you
don't-
can't
I don't
hold
really-
it at home.
Look, I don't. Look, the
With the
Lakers are
crowd.
winning it all. So I mean, I don't really care about this
Oh,
conversation.
did he? Jamal, you gonna let him say that?
Because they're not.
Oh, there it is.
Because y'all think y'all got Luka. Y'all think y'all are contenders now.
We don't think, bro. We know.
No,
Have you
y'all
watched their-
said that last year, the year before that,
Yes,
the year
sir.
before that.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Luka.
You're starting to sound like some Cowboys and Knicks fans, man.
Yeah, bro. Have you watched the game?
You know what?
Yes, I've watched the game,
They're
but
playing
like-
the best basketball.
Jamal,
in the
I don't
NBA
like
right
your tone. When you talk to Corey, ESPN Mose, then you need
now. Don't affiliate
to fix
me
your
with
name.
that organization.
Oh, he
That's
is
okay.
in love.
I can't wait for the playoffs to come around and the Lakers lose in round 1 or 2.
That's crazy.
I'm gonna send him the meanest paragraph.
We
Corey
need-
gonna have to block me,
we
man.
need first off, I need more respect for JJ Redick because no one gave him any
He a
respect.
first year coach.
First
No
year.
one gave
And
him
he didn't
any
spend no
respect when
time
he got
anywhere else.
hired.
Oh
No one
no,
believed
hold
him.
on. You said when I said Marshall Faulk was going there to Delaware State to help. What did you say? You don't like these guys that don't go in other places and just because they were good players. And he has an all-time likability higher than JJ Redick. So why you all in love with JJ Redick?
It's football, bro.
He got his opportunity.
That's
Marshall
football.
Faulk
It's a different
didn't get
sport.
his opportunity.
It's a different sport.
What?
It's a different sport.
Man, they don't
With
listen to
football, that's,
JJ
that's
Redick.
grown men. That's
It's-
grown. Now, of course, it's grown men in the NBA, but like we're talking about, like you got to be leader of men. And like JJ, he already got the crown of approval with the podcast with LeBron. I think at the end of the day, I mean, to be honest though, like
Put that on the resume.
yes.
Hey, y'all know I do a podcast with LeBron.
I think if you
so
actually
don't go nowhere else.
if you actually watch that podcast,
I did a couple.
you could tell that LeBron respected JJ's mind. And the biggest thing within the last 10 years of LeBron's career has been he doesn't respect the head coach. That has literally been a narrative. Ever since he left Eric Spoelstra, he doesn't respect the head coach. He is the head coach. Now you have a guy that he respects in that way to lead a team, to say, no, this is what we're doing defensively. This is our offensive game plan. And then LeBron carries it out. I think that's been the biggest difference this year. He has a guy that he respects as head coach. And I think with JJ, yes, it is his first year being a coach. But clearly, that podcast helped prep them. And now they don't got to do game plans, and Bron didn't have to question it because on the podcast, he's like, bro, yes, like what you're saying. They were literally breaking down Darvin Ham's playbook, and Bron is like, yeah, we should have done. Yeah, you're right. We should have done this. You know, I'm like, so yes, I think JJ deserves a lot more respect for what he's done in his first year. He's a number 2 seed, and you also got to put in the fact that like he's been able to take a superstar out of his lineup with a completely different asset and put in a new superstar. You know how hard that is?
No, I don't, because it ain't hard.
Yes, it is.
Man, you take
You gotta figure out how it
injury-prone
works.
AD out, and then you get in Luka, who has been healthy for, 11 games straight? You said they're 9-2 with him. Did he get an 11 games straight with AD today? Let me go back and look at AD stats.
Yes, he's been healthy the majority of the year before he got to the No, he ball.
No, so if SGA had Luka, is he getting better?
It takes time.
So take someone out. Take his big man away. But he gets Luka. He's doing the same thing.
You
Luka
can't say
is
that,
really
though.
good.
We've
25 years old too.
We've seen teams take a whole season to figure out. Look at Giannis and Dame last year. That didn't just work.
But he's an IQ. We knew Luka was high IQ. When you don't have the athleticism to jump out the gym and the fastest down the court, you better be smart. Luka is smart. you guys always hear people say he can't be sped up, right? That takes intelligence.
Is KD smart?
Yes.
So why isn't Phoenix working?
Because KD is on a crappy team.
Oh wow, a team with Devin
all that
Booker.
money. Oh, Bradley Beal is on that team.
Put some
Don't act
respect
like
on Bobo. Come on.
Don't act like you didn't
On
forget
Bobo.
about Bradley Beal, who is hurt right now.
Jamal was just saying the Lakers were not a championship contender.
They still aren't.
Exactly.
It's just 'cause it's
so is that a
yeah.
good team or not?
No.
No. Okay. So he just said it. So what are we talking about?
Well, I don't have a lot of confidence in Phoenix,
I don't.
and I know they had a nice 23-point comeback the other day, but nah, I don't have a lot of confidence on that team. They're with that Olay defense. Olay, let them through.
That's what I'm saying. And
We'll outscore 'em.
But that's my point though. Like you have examples in the league where you have superstars paired together and it doesn't work.
Yeah.
With high IQ.
Yeah.
And so it
Yes.
takes the coach to be able to create a game plan, especially defensively. You talk about the Suns' defense, you're right. The Suns' defense is horrible.
Wait, Budenholzer has a ring.
Yes, he does. Cool for him, But
You don't respect it.
he can't make it work.
That's
He
the
can't
kiss of
figure it
death, though,
out.
right?
He
Whenever
can't
they win
figure it
the
out.
Coach of the Year, they always get fired right after that.
Yeah, low key though. But I mean, JJ's been able to figure it out, especially defensively,
No, I'm
without AD.
okay. So to your point, I think Jamal purposefully was trying to get on your skin, but I think Jamal was just saying we need to respect who's in the first place position, and that's the Oklahoma City Thunder. That's all he was just saying.
I mean that, and then I also look. The West is just stacked.
Denver.
You still got you're Denver.
You're thinking about Denver.
Yeah, I really am.
Who the
thinking
Lakers
about
beat by
Denver.
20.
Mr. Mo-
Didn't you just say, Ray? Didn't we just say we don't care about
you,
the regular
you said
season?
the regular season don't matter, and we
If
need
we look
Jamal
at the
Murray
his-
healthy.
Yeah.
The way they beat them, JJ created a game plan defensively.
You need
Jokic
Aaron
out the
Gordon
game.
healthy. So Denver was like, nah, we good.
Aaron
we got to
Gordon
keep.
was healthy that game.
But you don't want to.
Everybody was healthy that game.
You don't want to leave him out there for too long. I bet his minutes was down over his previous minutes in that game. And coach was like, nah, we good. We'll see him in the playoffs.
Yeah, his minutes were down because they were out the game with 8 minutes left to get play, so he put it in the second string.
Which could also be true.
Look, I'm just saying, put some respect on JJ Redick.
Okay, let me give you another one then.
Okay, I do want to say this with OKC though.
Yeah.
I like OKC. I like them a lot. Chet's getting healthy.
Yeah.
Playing well with Hardenstein.
Yeah.
My problem with OKC is that, again, they did the same thing last year. Let's not forget, they were in the exact same situation.
Okay.
And what happened in the playoffs, Shea couldn't carry the team for 7 straight games. Luka beat him by himself.
He's a small guy. How about this then? To what Mr. January said,
That's me.
Golden State's out west, Corey.
Yeah, I like
And
Golden State too.
they're
They're scary.
8-2. Just like you said, the Lakers are 9-2. They got Jimmy buckets, playoff Jimmy. What you gonna do with Golden State? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Golden State is definitely they're tough. They're a tough matchup. I mean, any team with Steph Curry,
Yes.
it's tough to go against them. But they
rejuvenated Steph too.
Exactly.
Don't he look different?
exactly.
look
Just
younger.
like LeBron.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's a tough match. I like Golden State. Again, you have a guy in Steph that he can win a championship for you. He did that a couple years ago. I looked at
Against
that starting 5
Boston.
against Boston. That starting 5 was god awful. If you really go back,
For who?
the Warriors.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You had
I-
Steph, Clay, Draymond, Anthony Wiggins, and I think Kevon Looney. Like that won the NBA championship.
Wiggins was starting.
Yeah, that was it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah,
Steph,
he did.
Yeah, Steph, Clay, Wiggins, Draymond, and Kevon Looney.
Wasn't Poole starting too?
Oh no, yeah, you're right.
Poole was
It
starting.
was
as
Poole.
well. It
Yeah,
was Poole.
Oh,
Steph,
okay.
Poole,
Yeah.
Clay.
No, Clay was coming off the bench.
Dang,
they
Clay
put
was-
Clay on. They put Clay on the bench.
That's how bad Clay was.
That's when you know it's time to go.
And Steph carried that team. Like, I don't think he gets. I actually was in this conversation, and this is a whole different topic. But like, if we're talking about starting 5 all time, Steph has to be the point guard, right? Has he reached that status?
No. Magic Johnson.
Magic.
Why?
Because he got 4 rings?
With Kareem?
He could do it all. He
How
could
many
play
Steph
5
got?
positions if he wanted to, and he
Play five
did.
positions.
How many Steph got?
Steph is too small to be
Yeah.
better than Magic
Too
Johnson
small.
in a big man's game.
I
Is this a big man's game, though?
It is.
Yeah,
We're positionless
sure.
in 2025.
If this the
Yeah.
big man game, then why was Steph the guy when the whole nation was watching.
Steph bombs from outside.
But yeah,
you
he don't go in the paint.
Yeah, you think Magic couldn't throw that 6'9" hand up? And Magic can move
not guarding
at
Steph
6'9".
Curry, bro.
I mean,
Magic is not guarding
the
Steph
defense
Curry.
back in the day.
Magic is not guarding
No.
Steph
To your
Curry.
point, I hope not, because he gonna take little Steph down on the block and punish him.
I got a listener just
With
texting me.
with either hand.
Championship rings should not factor into a starting five. I agree. I don't know why he brought it up
Okay,
either.
well,
agreed.
But like,
skill.
I just want to remind you.
skill, you want to talk about skill?
I mean, don't get me wrong.
Steph is the best ball handler of all
he
time.
He is, and he can shoot. But like Douglas say, because what's the saying? What wins championships? Defense wins championships, right? Magic clearly play somebody from the 1 all the way to the 5. So
You know what else wins championships? We're just talking about the 3-point game. Magic
there you
can't
go,
shoot,
right,
bro.
Yeah. He
Magic
can't shoot.
can't
No,
shoot.
but but when you talk about like a starting 5, don't forget the PG is not your primary shooter.
And
The
his
2
layup
is.
game.
Yeah.
His layup game, you couldn't stop.
Layup game.
And at that size, because think of LeBron James at playing point, basically. So I'm either going to post you or I'm going to razzle-dazzle and go. He had a good handle, and he would drive, and he got layups if he wanted to take the layups. If not, let me go and throw this to one of my boys. Let me lob this to somebody.
So we're talking about the best shooter of all time.
Yeah.
But that's one thing.
That's one.
What is one thing that Magic does best all time?
I said pass the ball.
He's the best passer of
He
all
can
time.
pass to the
And-
2. He can pass to the 3. He can pass to the
and-
4. He
and
can
the-
even pass it to the
Magic's
5.
the best passer of all time.
And then we're talking
Or
about
is he
versatility.
the flashiest passer of all
So
time?
so we said that ability, then we said versatility. Those are two things that you can't say with Steph.
Well, skill. I think Steph has more skill.
The
than
passing
Magic
is a
Johnson.
skill. Getting your teammates involved.
Steph can't pass.
They're the running Lakers. You're a
Not really
Lakers
the
fan,
Mavericks.
and I know you look at some of those highlights. They show that because y'all think y'all back at the Lake Show now with Luka. Those no looks that he's throwing to LeBron that LeBron's throwing to him.
Yeah, I see Luka make that pass.
You want to know why? Because they're going back to that. They're not showing Warriors highlights of great passing. They showing Magic.
I just think you can't leave the best shooter of all time off of a all-time list. That makes no sense.
Well, because y'all are putting him in a position where technically your job is to pass as a point guard, set the table for others.
It depends on what you want in your offense.
Well, we want in that position because I know we're playing positionless now, but since you want to call out a position at point guard, we want you to distribute and let them other boys eat that 2 through 5.
We're gonna have like an all-time fantasy draft one day. Me versus Corey. I'm gonna let him.
Say less.
You gonna give him
back
first
back.
pick?
I'm gonna give him first pick.
Okay,
Don't you-
now
I'm
Corey, who
picking
you taking with the
LeBron
first pick?
though.
Wow. Okay.
talking about all
Well,
time?
so then you got number 2 pick. Who you taking?
Jordan.
Oh, this is gonna be nice. We may have to get a beverage and let this happen. Let this play out.
Yeah, bro.
How deep y'all going? You're only gonna put 12 on your roster?
We do 12.
Yeah, we
Starting
do the whole
5,
game.
second 5, and then 2 reserves.
Yeah,
we'll do that.
Yeah.
We'll give you 13. One that y'all send down to the G League. Y'all call them up. 10 day. Put them on a 2-way.
Corey finna take Giannis.
The
The Nassus.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that means you gotta go get Bronny then,
Not a chance.
just to match up. All right. Before we go, I just want to ask y'all one last little thing about a team that's in the league, and I just want to know if you guys are sleeping on them. The Houston Rockets.
Too young.
Too young. Yeah, I was about to say.
So because they free fell. We were talking about it. Remember when they were number 2, and they've been falling ever since. I think we jinxed them. And in their last 10, they're 5-5.
Yeah.
So
They probably got big headed. Like I said, too young. They were probably like, oh yeah, we that team and everything.
right now they're still qualifying for the playoffs. Do y'all think they'll be a hard out? Because they were at number 2, but now they're not. But that shows their capability.
Yeah.
Because I want to be a fair weather. I don't want to be a fair weather fan. When Ime was doing great, everybody was like, "Oh, he a good coach." Now they dropping. They all the way down to number 5. They about to get taken over by Golden State, who's 3 games back. I guarantee Golden State to get them. Catch them.
I mean, look, the Rockets they're fine. You know, they'll make the playoffs. They'll probably challenge in the first round. They may win one round. But like they're just like OKC was last year. You got a very young team. They're hot right now. They play great defense. I will say that defensively they are nice.
Yeah, they do.
But you know you got to figure out a way to score. And I think when the playoffs start, you got to be able to play honestly iso ball. And they don't really have a dude that can go out there and get you 30.
Yeah, Jalen Green is up and down.
He's too up and down.
Is he a number one guy? Or they're going to have to go get somebody else?
No. None of them are number one guys. I think that's the problem. Like, you got to go get a guy.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Durant.
Going back to OKC, you bring up Durant, I think, and this is just what I just think this is going to happen. I think there's going to be another year where OKC gets bounced earlier than they want to because, again, Shea can't carry. Jalen Williams is going to be asked to do more than he can actually do. I think I like Jalen a lot. I like J. Will, but I don't think he can go out there and take over a game consistently in a playoff series, which then will force OKC to be like, okay, we're at a standstill. Like, we have a bunch of draft picks, we have a bunch of young guys, and we have Shea, but he needs somebody. And I don't see why you don't go out there and trade your assets and go get KD. I just don't think that.
I'm coming home.
I think that's a perfect storyline. You know, you go get KD, you pair him with Chet, you pair him with Hardenstein. Maybe you have to give up J. Will. Maybe you have to give up a Cason Wallace or a Lou Dort and a bunch of draft picks. But, like, why not?
See, I like that idea a lot. But the one thing I don't like about KD is he's known for getting coaches fired and stuff. And then, like, after that happens, the whole organization just tears apart. So that's the one thing I do fear if that does happen.
He don't even respect Budenholzer. He pulled his arm away the other day. I saw that live.
But did you see? You got to see the old clips. That's that fake news that's swirling around.
No, did he pull his?
Well, he did, but then, after that
ain't body language of a dude who respect a coach that's got a ring.
But after that, though, he did come back around and they had a conversation.
I saw, and Coach took that moment to put his hand on him because I think Coach was like, "Hey, I want everybody to know we still good."
Yeah,
but nah.
But I mean, it's definitely. I was courtside when they came down for the the Spurs game in Austin.
Yes, sir.
You know, they played the Suns, and like just watching KD up close, he talks a lot. Like, he complains a lot.
Yes, he does.
Especially, but I mean, there's a situation where, you know, who was it? De'Aaron Fox scored the last 10 points because they literally just switched onto Grayson Allen.
Oh, yeah, he cooked him.
Every single possession for the last 2 minutes of the game. And KD said, we got to get somebody out here that can effing guard. Like, he's telling that to Budenholzer. Now, mind you, Budenholzer's side, ain't nobody on the bench. Like, you want him to bring in, like, Royce O'Neal. You know, you want him to bring in Bobo.
Let Bobo
go out there. He gonna get cooked, too.
On the perimeter.
So, you know, to respect Budenholzer, he ain't got no options but Grayson Allen. But, again, like, KD's frustrations, I get it, you know, because he's out there scoring 30 and they can't guard anybody. And so, yeah, to your point, though, Jamal, about how he's a coach killer or whatever.
Yeah.
We said the same thing about Kyrie before he got to Dallas. And look at him now. He's changed his whole perception because he's in a good situation.
And he's got a Hall of Fame coach.
Whoa. Jason Kidd, we're already putting him in a Hall of Fame?
As a player?
Okay. I was about to say.
I mean, you got to respect.
Coach-wise. I was about to say,
you got to respect him as a player. You got to respect what he's saying.
I mean, yeah, I see what Kyrie's doing and everything. It's just like, I don't know, man. I keep just looking at the history. I'm still mad about that whole deal with Brooklyn, the whole chemistry that KD and Kyrie and them broke up. And then you get to the Suns, and then you boot out Monty. I think, you know, it's just it sucks.
Yeah.
Know?
Gentlemen, we are up against our time. We've got to be respectful of our cohorts that are coming up next. They are right behind us. You listen to the fans' view. That's Jamal January.
Yep.
Corey Mose from KView. And I'm Douglas Paul Washington II. We appreciate you guys joining us. We'll be back here next Friday. And hopefully, by then, the Lakers improved that home record, Corey.
Home or away?
That home record.
Home record's good.
Oh, sorry. Yes.
Try to give you out.
It was the way. Yeah. You did try to get that away record. If you guys have an opportunity, please stick and stay. You're going to love the Grapevine that's followed by, we are followed by. Thanks for listening.